I was 21 years old when I first experienced that God saw me and that He wanted to help me. I lived with my parents and it was my first year of my study journalism. That year I didn't really do well. I didn't work hard enough. And my final exams of that year were coming up and I had to get pretty much every exam. Otherwise they wouldn't let me go through with the study and that would have been the end of my dream to become a journalist. This dream to become a radio reporter started when I was a 13-year-old and I written a letter to a local radio station. They invited me and from then onwards I spent pretty much my whole youth at this station. I was able to do a lot of different shows. Then I decided to do a study journalism and I was getting close to fulfilling my dream to work in radio. My only problem was that I was using soft drugs, which started as just a way to have fun with my mates after school on a Friday afternoon. We went to a coffee shop where you can smoke and play table football. It was quite innocent, but I really liked it and I started to smoke as well on a Saturday and a Sunday. But by the time I was 21 years old, I realized that I couldn't really have a good evening without a joint. And I was getting forgetful, lazy, quite insecure as well. And my study was really suffering. So even though I was living at home, my parents didn't really know I was doing drugs.
Dat jij softdrugs gebruikt hebt, heb ik van jou nooit verwacht. Ik heb wel gezien dat je je afkeerde van alles wat met het geloof te maken had en dat je uitging. Maar voor mijn gevoel was jij de braafste van alle vier.
And then one morning, my mom came up to me and she said, "You know, Adriaan, I was praying this morning. And you have to know my mom and my dad have always been Christian and they've always been praying people, especially my mom. So she came to me and she said, I believe God gave me a message for you this morning. So I was like, okay. And she said, you know, God is going to help you. He wants to help you with your study, with your final exams. But next year, it's not going to happen again. And you need to change.
Ik merkte aan jou dat het bij jou binnenkwam. En dat je daarover nadacht. En toen kon ik het ook loslaten. Toen wist ik ook van oké, ik moet het nu loslaten.
Because of the message my mom gave to me from God that it would be okay, that I would make it through these exams, I went in quite relaxed. Of course I did study and I did really well. And I was able to go into the second year of my study. So this incident opened up my world towards the idea that there was a God, and I started to read books and discover more about Christianity. I also tried to stop smoking weed, but this was really hard and I realized I was addicted. And one day I opened up my life to God and I said, here I am, just take my life, do whatever you want with my life, I'm yours. I remember waking up the next day feeling a new life had started and God had given me a second chance. I was able to stop smoking weed. I was so deeply fulfilled that I didn't really have to smoke anymore to have a good time. I finished my study, journalism. My first job was in television. I worked there for 3 years and then I became an independent video producer. And now I'm helping other Christians, other people to share their story with God through video, through the internet. I'm so thankful that God helped me in a time where I wasn't really even thinking of Him. And He showed His goodness to me and He's showed it ever since.